it's actually pretty smooth. It's got plenty of throttle response. So it's a bit of traffic, so it's a bit hard to sort of get into it. But yeah, what I like was you just touch the throttle and it goes. There's no just instant response.
Lexus have made it pretty clear that the Lexus RCF is designed for the road and that it's a great driver's car. So rather than take it to the track, they've told us, go and find your favourite piece of road and test it there. So I thought I'd use this as a good excuse to go and explore some new roads, Putty Road, Wiseman's Ferry and everything in between, because surprisingly, I haven't been to most of those roads before. So if you keep the car in normal or eco mode, it always has that little bit of kick to performance without giving too much away. Quiet, the exhaust is nice, just a little bit of note to the V8. However, the split personality means when you flick it over into Sport or Sport Plus, even better, manual mode, it'll blitz gears back down and start to give you some more enjoyable sound to hear on your drive. Now every single person that has reviewed this car on a racetrack has said the same thing. It's heavy and that dilutes its performance, both in terms of low down torque, obviously with a high revving V8, and also in terms of just handling and braking. Everything is dulled down a little bit by being heavy. However, on the road, you don't really notice it most of the time. Maybe on a 35k/h signposted hairpin, you'll notice the extra weight. And maybe if you're just flying into that corner a little bit too fast, you might notice it. But 90% of the time, when you're driving it, well, 9/10, you don't really notice that weight. And that's what Lexus has done very well. We've built a car that isn't for the racetrack, but rather to enjoy on the road. So I think we need to find some corners and see just how enjoyable it is. I don't want a car where I get out of it sweating my hole off because it's so stressful to drive on the edge. I want a car like this. It is just pleasant to pedal this thing quickly. There is just no stress, no fuss, and it's fun. In fact, I've been driving roads all day today I've never driven before, many of them quite quickly, and haven't felt one bit of stress, haven't been worried at all, in fact, haven't raised a sweat. Now when I drive a track car, that's when I want to raise a sweat. That's when I want to have my heart racing. But when I'm on a road, well, I want it to be a little bit more, I wouldn't say the word relaxing, but I want it to be stress-free. I just want the fun without the stress. Call it pleasurable fast driving rather than fun like a track car. So now I've taken the car to a piece of road that I know and is fun. And the car is exactly that. A very fun car to drive fast. And that sound. That glorious sound. Oh, I'm a turbo guy, but I tell you what, nothing like the sound of a good V8. It doesn't sound like the American V8's this thing. It's got its own sort of mechanical rasp to it. The induction noise is where most of the sound actually appears to come from. The downshifts are awesome. Very well balanced mid-corner. Heaps of traction on the way out. Just a very pleasant car to drive fast. You do notice the suspension being a little bit soft when you first slip it in. There's that bit of understeer right on the limit. You just need to trust the fact that once it gets its weight onto the suspension, it will stick, because it does. You almost want to blip the throttle on purpose just to hear that lovely sound. Whoa, love it. So let's sum up the Lexus RCF. The first thing that comes to mind is split personality. When you're in normal mode and using it as your daily driver, It is just like every other Lexus, a luxury car that is enjoyable to be in every day. In fact, you need to get to your destination feeling more relaxed than when you left. And this car does that very well. But turn it over into Sports Plus and you're driving a Japanese muscle car. So what are the bad points of the Lexus RCF? Well, I think any of the bad points is more that you've made the wrong purchasing decision. Being a coupe, obviously it's difficult to get in and out, baby seat doesn't fit properly, and putting an adult in the back, well, there better be a contortionist to fit in there, it's a waste of time. I think the buying decision for this car is really going to come down a lot to personal taste. What are its competitors? Well, of course, the Euro Brigade, the Audi RS5, the BMW M4, C63 AMG Coupe. Which one do you choose? Well, I think it probably comes down to which one you think looks the best and makes you feel the best, as opposed to which one's the fastest on paper. Because like we said before, the BMW M4 might be faster on paper, but is it more fun? Well, I don't know, I haven't driven one. BMW, Mercedes and Audi haven't given me their cars to test. So at this point for me, well, the Lexus RCF is definitely the winner in the comparison stakes. The only problem I have with the car is I have to give it back. And you know what? I'm cool with this car being all about the road. Because you know why? If you're really that good a driver, buy a track car. Have a car that you can enjoy on the road. Because let's face it, that's where we spend most of our time. And here we go. Back into automatic, back into normal mode, and onto the freeway to join the rest of normal humanity.
Reviewing new cars off the showroom floor is great, but this is Motive DVD. We want to see what they are like when they are modified. And we're happy to say, after attending Tokyo Autosalon and SEMA, the Lexus RCF responds well to some upgrades. First, let's check out Tokyo Autosalon. Off to SEMA, and Lexus North America had some awesome project cars on their stand. The GT-style RCF looked killer, but the orange RCF Lexus had built was epic. We had the chance to take a closer look while it was at the Greddy USA headquarters. The first thing that hits you is the Pandem custom wide body kit. It certainly sticks to the current Rocket Bunny trend, and with front splitter and rear wing has a hint of GT. You can't go wrong with Volk TE37s, and inside them are monster Brembo brakes. And the engine benefits from a Greddy exhaust system. Inside, some of the trademark Lexus comfort has been removed to make way for a roll cage and Sparko seats. Personally, we'd take one with the interior left intact and no GT wing for road duties. What do you say, Lexus Australia? Perhaps it's time for a project car.